Teams meeting and is able to see my screen. You should be seeing the Crown dashboard right now.
Got it.
Okay, so again, I'm the Customer Success Manager here over at Champion Solutions Group, and the agenda for today's call is for me to give you an overall training on our learning management system with gamification known as Crown, so that I could pass along your link to you and you can start playing around with this for your training and education purposes, as well as putting in your learning missions and assignments. So with that, let's kick off this call. So this is the current template for Crown, and you're going to be getting all 21 of these preloaded Microsoft learning missions and assignments here, and you can deactivate any of these if you wish, and I'll show you how to do that in the back end. So if you wanted to take a look at the mission, you can click into that, and that will take you into the mission and its assignments. So each learning mission can have one assignment associated with it, or it could have multiple assignments associated with it. It's really up to you all and how deep you want to get with the content. So we have our description here. We have our video here, so people can watch that, tracks your progress. If you have supplemental information, you can upload like something like a quick start guide or a PDF here. And then as you're completing each of these assignments, a check mark would appear on these to indicate that they are completed. For each of the missions, you can have it be timed, so the administrator can determine if you want the user to have 2 hours to complete the mission and its assignments, or 2 days to complete it. It's really up to your discretion. So this is just one example. This is the Microsoft Teams one that we have set up. To administer any of this, the global admin would have the admin navigation up at the top. And this will take you to where you can easily administer this. You do not have to be a SharePoint guru or expert to maintain this. So starting from left to right, here is where you can come and set up your organization's job roles, or you can edit any of these by clicking the ellipses. If you wanted to add a brand new one, it's as simple as clicking Add New Item. And then this will populate, and you will be able to type in the new job role, whatever you want that to be, hit save, and then that would populate the list. Same thing for departments. Departments, you can edit them with the ellipses, or you can add a brand new one by clicking the plus sign here. Now, if you have departments set up in your Azure Active Directory, that will really work well here, because then you can gate the content. So whomever has that particular department in their Azure AD will then only be able to see the content that you want them to see. So if it's marketing and they're tagged to marketing, they'd be able to see just that content. So you could type in the name of the new department, put in the email address of the person you want in charge of curating that content and keeping that content fresh, and then you can select the job role that you want associated with that department. Pretty straightforward. Now here is the crux of the administration. Here's where you can go to maintain the missions and their assignments. Any one of these preloaded missions or any future missions that you decide to create, you can toggle off to deactivate them if you're not ready to publicly publish them, or if you want to hide them. So if you're not ready to divulge OneDrive, simply toggle this button to the left and it would hide it from the public seeing it. If you wanted to edit any one of these, it's just a matter of clicking on the name of the mission title. And then you could come in here and you could change the title, you could change the description, change the department, change the job role, et cetera, even the order. And here too, you can also deactivate it by toggling this to the left if you want to do it from this screen. And as I was mentioning earlier, you can make these timed learning missions. So here it's like you could take it in 2 hours, or you could make them have to take it in 2 days. It's really up to you if you want to do that. And then here's where you can upload like a PDF or a JPEG or a document, if you have supplemental information that you want your users to take while doing their learning mission. It's worth noting that you can use Crown and leverage Crown for Microsoft content, of course. However, it is really expansive, and you can use it to train up on things that have to do with your day-to-day, business, whether you have, maybe HR training that you want to do, or security training you want to do, or learn how to use the color copier. So you can use these, or you could use Crown for more things than just, Microsoft's related education materials. Here's where you could come and upload your mission, and we let you know what the size of the mission image should be and what the format is to upload, as well as the badge images. So it comes in place with the ones that we have uploaded already. So all 21 of the mission images and badges are already in the system if you want to reappropriate that for something else.
Melissa? I
Yeah.
have a question. The
Sure.
order, that's only specifically to how it shows up in your desktop, right? In your screen, the order number. Or is
Yeah,
that
you could. That's for everybody, so you can change that. So if you wanted everybody for this particular one to be number 2, if I change that to 2, then everybody taking this one, it would be show up for 2. It would be a
okay?
global change.
So it's just a order. It has nothing to do in terms of anything else specific to the files, but just where it shows up on the screen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So this would show up in the third slot up at the top. Yeah, that
Okay.
is correct. Hit save and next. And this will take you to where you can go and manage the assignments. Again, you could have, one assignment associated with the learning, or you could have multiple. That's entirely up to you. So some of ours have, like 4, some of them have 9, some of them may have just one assignment. It really depends on, how deep you want to get into the learning or the training, if you will. Just waiting for this to finish rendering, and this should take me to the next screen, which will allow me to then edit the particular assignment associated with this. Okay, so here's the assignment page. And again, for the assignments, also you have the ability to toggle and deactivate any of them off. So, should you have seasonal information or information that perhaps needs to be, updated with a certain amount of frequency, you have the ability as the global administrator to go in and toggle that off and then republish it, if you will, once you have the updated content or once you're ready to republish that. Similar to the missions, to edit the assignments, you simply click on the name of the assignment, and here's where you can type in the title. We also give the ability to determine what you want the assignment to be. In all of these Microsoft Learnings, we've made these iframes, which is really simple to do. It's just copying and pasting the template of the link and then the iframe itself. Or you can select file, and then we provide the supported file formats. So again, that's really up to you and how you want to do it. I also wanted to point out while we were on the assignments page here that you can leverage LinkedIn Learnings. I'm not sure if you all are using that at this time, but you can grab the iframe from LinkedIn Learning and put that within Crown and leverage Crown for those learnings as well, which is, more Microsoft content. Just worth noting. Description, you could upload that or update that. You could change the order if you want to change the order. You can change the number of points if you wanted to do that, put in additional comments, add additional information. So if you have an image or a Word document or something, you could attach that. And you can also, from this area here, deactivate that particular assignment as well, hit update, and then whatever changes that you've made would be saved. Also from this screen, you can add a questionnaire. So if I click on that, you can see that whoever's taking this particular assignment would have to answer these questions in order to complete the mission and assignments. Really simple to add a question. So you could just type in whatever the question may be, put in what you want the answers to be. Then you as the administrator can select the right answer with the radio button, hit add, and then that particular question would then be added to the questionnaire, and they would have to, answer that question correctly before completing everything. So it's fairly intuitive, to do. Rewards, here's where you could determine if you want to have a reward given for completion of these or not. Again, up to the discretion of the administrator. But for this one, for example, if I click on the pencil and paper icon as if I'm editing it, you can take a look and see, you know, if I complete the Office 365 admin mission, then I get, you know, this reward image.
We all get rewarded with this image.
Exactly. I apologize for the delay here in this loading, but so you could put in your reward. You could associate that specific reward. You could tag it to a particular mission. You could then put the reward in that you want. So this would be for Office 365 admin. You would add that. And then if that wasn't in the list, you can click here to add a new reward to the list very simply. And if you wanted a different image, you could simply click here to upload a new image. Really simple to do. Again, you don't have to know, you know, be a SharePoint expert to do any of this. Here's where you can take a look and see, you know, your redeeming points, your navigation. So if you wanted to change any of the top level navigation up here, you could click on the ellipses to change the order, to change the name, or you can add a brand new one by clicking add new item. And the same can be said for the sub navigation. So if you wanted to edit that, you can click the ellipses or add a brand new sub nav item, click add new, and it's as simple as that to add a new one. You put in the navigation, the order, the page URL that you want it directed to, etc. Next up, we have the headers. So that was that little gray rectangular area up on the mission on the user portion of the site. We have our information in here, but any of these can be, you know, edited by the ellipses, or you can add a brand new one to go to, you know, information or your website that you want your users to go to. So if you want to just put in whatever you want it to say and then have it hyperlinked to go to wherever you want it to go to, you know, you could hit save, and then this would be added to the that little rotating banner up at the top in the mission itself. Settings. So here's where you could come and set the pass percentage for the quizzes. You can make that whatever you want. You could determine the number of questions per assignment. And then you also have the ability by clicking on, you know, the ellipses here to change the duration in hours for the system to send the email notification after it started, as well as to send the notification after days to send it after it was started. So just wanted to point that out. And then you could send email to your administrator. So you could change, obviously, this email address by clicking the ellipsis here to obviously someone within your administration. Also wanted to point out within Crown, we did build in a reporting tool. So if you're actively looking to track what people are doing, we have built in a reporting tool so you can filter by department, job role, mission, assignment, etc., and even filter by date and from date and to date. And it's time and date stamp, so you can take a look and see who started what, how many points they got, the user, etc. And it's all exportable to an Excel file as well. So should you need to, you know, export that for auditing purposes, you do have the ability to do that. This is, you know, a great tool to leverage for the Office 365 stuff. But then again, you can, you know, absolutely make custom missions and assignments as well and add that, you know, to the dashboard here. Any comments, questions, concerns? Pretty intuitive to use. I also wanted to just let you all know I do have a user guide to assist you, as well as a best practices guide. So after today's call, I will be glad to send that along to you, along with the link, so that you could begin accessing your instance of Crown and kicking the tires on that. And you know, if you have questions or anything comes up, you know, you can reach out to me. And if you want another training session, you know, please, you know, don't hesitate. Let me know, and I'd be more than happy to answer your questions or walk you through any questions that you may have.
Okay, so you are going to be sending us something so that we can log into our instance of it. And then,
Yes,
Yeah.
So we were provided the SharePoint admin credentials, and we deployed the Crown template within your SharePoint environment. So
okay,
once Kevin Vogel from my team did that, he then sent me the link that was created so that you guys could then be able to access Crown yourselves. So it will be your instance of Crown within your SharePoint environment.
okay. And we can keep that in our committee until we are ready to deploy this, because as long as we don't publicize it,
Exactly.
nobody else will know it's there.
They should, they shouldn't. So if you want to kick the tires on it a bit, come back to me with questions, or if you want to do a follow-up, call next week or whatever, I'd be glad to do so. But in the meantime, just wanted to give you a quick little training session here. And I also want to provide you with the documentation to help you get you on your way.
Sounds good.
Okay, very good. Carla, Lauren, any questions?
No, it
Not
seems
right
very
now, but I'm
straightforward
sure
for
it
me.
will be.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, and this we could actually, I guess, have a Teams setup within Microsoft Teams that plugs into that SharePoint page.
That's a good question. I can definitely find out from a more technical person here if you would
Okay.
like to do that. Sure, I can find that out for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, and again, I'm here to help. So again, anything comes up, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you everybody for your time today, and I will get that email out to everybody momentarily with the documentation.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Very
Thank you
good.
very
Thank
much.
you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Bye.